It's a long journey for the Fairmont area to finally begin to see some progress in this area. And I'm just so very happy to be here to stand on this new first sidewalk to celebrate with this Fairmont community.
Certainly sidewalks are important to this community as well as other issues, and this is certainly a step in the right direction and a path to go forward for the entire community.
Anything that we can do to aid and help, this community forward and looking forward to what they want to be. I mean, these are some of the things that the residents actually told us. They have hopes for this community. So that's what we're here to try and help.
But what this means to the residents of Fairmont is it begins to make it a true urban area instead of a rural area. This was all ditch here, so they were trotting even in the wintertime, heaps of snow, mud, everything on the way to school. And then now to actually have a sidewalk where kids can walk on safely, be out of the street, be out of the snow and the water is a major improvement to this area.
There was an opportunity to apply for a Safe Routes to School grant through the state of Illinois. Will County applied for and received it, and this we hope will be a first step in getting some other sidewalk areas that will bring kids closer to the school and allow them to traverse to the school safely. There are approximately between 250, 300 students here. There is no bus service. All the students either walk or are dropped off by their parents.
It's great that we have this now, but as the kids come from the neighborhoods on either side of us up these collector streets, we hope that we could put in some sidewalks over time to build more of an overall system of safe routes to school.
The county has been working very closely with the land use department of trying to help them in the process of bringing some infrastructure and some much needed businesses to this area. Fairmont means a lot to Will County because it's an unincorporated area that has been forgotten for a lot of years. But with the help of the Will County Land Use Department, that's brought it back to our attention. So the Fairmont community is very important to us because there is a lot to be done here.
So this is a big change for them. This sidewalk, the bus shelter there, the other one down the street on Green Garden are major improvements for this area. Things that other people might take as minimal or take for granted. This is a really new day for them. And I look forward to seeing more improvements in this area.
Infrastructure has been, I think, on the minds of the residents here for a very, very long time.
Such as the flooding issues and the dredging out of culverts and so forth that really needs to get done.
Sometimes it can be a very small amount of rain that can create flooding in people's basements and homes, and certainly this does present a health and safety concern. So again, moving forward, we are looking at different avenues to try and help solve those issues as well.
There's a number of what I'll describe as sort of hot spots for flooding in this neighborhood. So we're currently going to use some community development block grant funds to do an overall study and engineering assessment of those areas, which is the first step then for going out and getting funding to do the infrastructure necessary to correct those flooding problems.
And we want to continue working in this community, little by little working on some of the infrastructure needs throughout the community.
This isn't just about government. This is about the nonprofit sector, neighborhood associations, the churches, youth groups. One example would be there's a neighborhood park area very close to where we're standing that needs to have some of their playground equipment refurbished. We hope to be working with all those groups I mentioned to get some voluntary assistance to try and spruce up that particular neighborhood park.
And this sidewalk is so very exciting because it's just the beginning of some great things that's going to come to the Fairmont area.
Even though there's been downturns in the economy, even though communities suffer a little bit, this community has remained somewhat stable. And it really has been a pleasure to work here.